Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a treat for my fellow sushi lovers. This is spicy salmon on crispy fried rice. Alright, let's start by cooking our rice. I have here a cup and a half of sushi rice, which I've rinsed. We're just going to add that to our rice cooker. And we'll just come back to that. Alright, as you see, our sushi rice is done cooking. We're just going to set that aside real quick. And we're going to move on to the next part. I have here a tablespoon of rice vinegar, half a tablespoon of sugar, and half a teaspoon of salt. Alright, we're just going to add these three items to a small bowl. And we're just going to give that a mix till it's nice, all the sugar and the salt have dissolved into the rice vinegar. Alright, then we're just going to add all that to our cooked rice. And we're just going to incorporate that into the cooked sushi rice. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to grab ourselves a baking pan. I'm going to go down with a layer of plastic wrap. Alright, all we're going to do now is just transfer our rice to the pan. Now we're just going to flatten that out. And we're just going to cover that. Alright, so we got it nice and packed in. We're just going to throw this in the fridge and let it chill for at least 4 hours. Okay, so while the rice is firming up in the fridge, we're going to turn our attention to the sushi aspect of our dish. So to a bowl, we're going to add the following. I'm going to go with 2 tablespoons of Kewpie Mayo, a tablespoon of Sriracha, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, a teaspoon of sesame oil, and a tablespoon of chopped scallions. Give that a mix. Now it's time for our salmon. We're going in with roughly a half a pound of sushi grade salmon. We're just going to work the salmon into that sauce. Alright, so that's the salmon portion, the spicy salmon component of our dish. We're going to let that sit in the fridge and meld until we're ready to put everything together. Alright, let's dice up an avocado for topping. And there is our avocado topping. We're just going to set that aside. Okay, so we've taken our rice out of the fridge, let it firm up. And all we're going to do now is we're going to just chop these into rectangular shapes. So, and there we go. Okay, we have our pan heated up to medium heat. To that, we're just going to add some neutral oil, and we are going to fry our little rice rectangles in the oil. So we'll just get that up to temperature. Now we're just going to lay our rice into the oil. We're just going to let them fry on each side for a couple minutes. As you can see, we're getting some nice browning on each side. All right, we plated up our crispy rice. As you see, it's nice and brown and crispy. Now we're just going to assemble. So we're going to start with going down with a layer of our avocado. Then we're going to go down with a layer of our spicy salmon. Then we're going to top with just a little bit more scallions. And finally, this is optional, but I like to add just a pinch of sesame seeds. And that, my friends, is how you do spicy salmon on crispy fried rice. I hope you give this a try, and I will see you next time. Cheers. Mm.